This video is to talk about changing your mind after you make a decision. Um, 9 times out of 10, most of us, when we make our decision, we made the best decision that we could possibly make for ourselves. In whatever situation we were in, we made the best decision we could possibly make for ourselves. What this means, if you have decided not to date, you made that decision in sound mind. It's the best decision you can possibly make with everything that you saw, everything that you grasped as a concept of what was happening or whatever taking place. That's your first decision. It was a sound decision. It was the best decision you can possibly make. Now, after you make the decision to become a monk or a sister or whatever the case may be, however you want to name it, or just pretty much saying, I'm practicing abstinence and I'm not really dating, I'm not really trying to hook up with anybody, I'm not trying to give anybody access to me because I'm at a vulnerable state due to all these different warfares that you weren't aware of taking place, and you made that decision. Okay, there's other stuff you're going to have to do with it to keep up the decision. You made a decision, but remind you, there's a group of people that don't want you making accurate, positive decisions for yourself. They don't want you to think about what you're doing. They telling you don't think. Hold up. What you mean don't think? Who gonna think for me? We gonna think for you can't even think for yourself, Dom. So how you gonna think for me and you trying to put me on a stuck on stupid stage? So when Dom can't think for you, he's trying to convince you or she's trying to convince you not to think for yourself. So you have to sit up there and you have to wake up and say, you know what? I don't want to be stuck on stupid. So I'm going to have to make some decisions in my life that is going to change me from becoming dumb because I'm already stuck on stupid. Nothing that I'm doing is really acting with wisdom. Because there are times in your life you're going to find yourself, you made a decision, but you even forgot that you even made this decision. Like as if somebody just came in there, just swooped that decision out your mind. Hold up, I made a decision and all of a sudden things started happening and all of a sudden I can't even remember the decision I made. And sometimes it happens in the second in which you make it. Sometimes it happens over a period of time. Sometimes it happens months later, years later. You made that decision and now someone that came and swept it up and kicked it out the door. You have to sit up there and do certain things to ensure your decisions. The same way a lot of people write quotes from philosophers to guide them along the way. The same way you read the Bible, same way people meditate, same way people exercise. They tell you to do it daily, right? That's how you have to be with your decision making as well. Not really daily, but just making sure that is this your decision or is it someone else's? How you do that? You made a decision not to date. I'm not gonna date. Okay. Every day you have to reiterate that to yourself, to your mind, to your body, because there's something else on the other side sitting up there saying, if this person don't date, we don't have a way to attack them. If this person isn't sexually active, we don't have a way to attack them. If this person isn't indulging in certain behaviors that's against the biblical belief or against a belief system, we really don't have a way to attack them. So now we have to do everything by force. We have to force them to do this. We have to force them. This is what Dom is saying. We have to force a certain behavior. We have to force certain things to happen. So they start to try to get you involved in certain things. First way they do it is through manipulative tactics. Okay, you're looking at couples together. You already made the decision you're not going to date. This goes along with other stuff too that you have made a sound decision on. So don't be stupid. You made a decision. You're not going to go back into debt. You're trying to clear up your debt. So they're going to make sure that when you walk past the furniture store and you see that nice sofa that you really always wanted and it will match perfectly in your living room, they're going to make sure that you want to go in there. Your credit is good enough. You can still go in there and put a little down payment on it and get it. But you said that you don't want to go into debt. So they're going to make stuff appealing to you. That necklace that's in that jewelry store, you really can't buy it, but it's appealing to you. I got to get that necklace. It's cute. So, but you said you're not going into debt. So they're going to make that appealing to you. Remember, any decision you make that's for your greater good, they're trying to knock those decisions out of the ballpark and keep you from having positive decision making. See, because with every positive decision making that you do, you have to reap what you sow. This is biblical. You reap what you sow. This is universal law. You reap what you sow. It's in pretty much every law that is out there. Whatever action I do, cause and effect. This was pretty much done in scientific law. Cause and effect. Certain things taking place. This can't take place unless this take place. This was just common sense law. Those are the type of things that they're trying to affect. So if you say that you're not gonna date, the first thing they're gonna do is start using mental influence. Okay, we want to erase her thought that she doesn't want to date. We're gonna start sending her images of happily married people, happy people in relationships. Another thing, sex. This is for men and women. Sex, everything. Kids, they do the same thing. When a child reaches a certain age, to get this child into a certain behavior pattern with the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever it is that they're gearing this thing towards, they're showing them images. They're showing them certain things. Certain things are being brought to them, whether it's in your home or at school. I never understood why a lot of people say, look, we chose to homeschool our kids. It's more better. They're around people that love them all the time. We're not sending them out there into the atmosphere and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that these schools are bad, because there are a lot of great schools out there. Great schools. I want to see you multiply. I want to see you flourish or whatever. But I know for a fact there are some places that aren't for our children. And we have to send our children to that place every day so that we can go to work, because our boss don't want the kid on the job. Whatever the case may be, they don't want the child to be with you at that time. Whatever the opposition is, it's just, it is what it is, you know? And it's preventing that growth process or whatever the case may be, for your child, for you. You get what I'm saying? They're exposed to certain things that they shouldn't be exposed to. My friends at school was smoking weed in the bathroom. So guess what? Your child started smoking weed because the kids at the school were smoking weed in the bathroom. And now you're wondering, well, why does my child have a drug habit? The child had a drug habit because the child was outside of your care, outside of the home. It's not a bad reflection of you as a parent. I'm just saying, this is the child being forced to make wrong decisions due to peer pressure. And it's not that they don't have the intelligence of leadership. It's the fact that they are stuck on stupid at this point. Their intelligence is beyond measure, but there's an opposition or opposing party that is in warfare with that child to stop that child from making leadership decisions. The child was born a leader. The child was born to thrive. But the opposing party, the warfare party, what's attacking the child is trying to stop that child from being such an influence on others, being a leader, and the child is suffering through that because they want the child to follow. They even got drugs now. I'm telling you, You will sit up there, these people inject you with some mess, some drugs, like go to these mental health places if you want to, inject you with some mess, have you with low self-esteem, have you going through certain stuff. You will start questioning about your own self, and you don't even have those issues because you have these type of people in your environment causing warfare, because they're not even where they supposed to be. And these are some of the people, and I call them dumb, because these are the people that have the worst self-esteem, the lowest issue, and they're trying to bring that to you. And it's a reason why they're trying to bring that to you, because dumb wants you to be dumb like them. Misery loves company. I know you heard this a while back. It's an old saying. Misery loves company. So the first thing, they're miserable, so they want you to be indulging in certain behaviors that will bring you to the same fall, the same conclusion, the same downgrade. You have to be careful when you make a positive decision. Stick with that decision. Find forms of ways where you can remember the decision you made, where you can move forth with that decision in a positive manner. Your good decision is going to be attacked, it's going to be questioned, it's going to be tested. Stick to your decision. And I'm going to make something a little bit easier for you. Remember biblically the 10 Commandments. Remember biblical life sometimes keep you from a lot of shame.